So I'm currently at the park, sitting in my car while my children play, hopefully quietly, while I make video number 2 on day 2 of OCD Awareness Week. So in this video, instead of spilling all my beans about what OCD has been for me, I wanted to just explain what OCD is in general. We all know somebody that obsesses about things. You could say, like, I'm obsessed with those shoes, or I'm obsessed with that fingernail polish color. I think we could probably all identify with obsessing about something at some point in our life, and we can all even probably identify with compulsive behavior and having compulsions. It becomes a disorder, though, when it interferes with your day-to-day life, with your living. I know we've all said we've been obsessed with things, but truly, an obsession is an unwanted thought, or image, or urge. So for someone with OCD, it's not pleasurable. The image, the thought, or the urge triggers a huge amount of anxiety. So a compulsion is what a person does in an attempt to relieve themselves of the anxiety that those obsessions create. So hopefully that clarifies a little bit in your mind what OCD really is. You know, when you think you're so OCD about something, does that thing that you're OCD about create anxiety? Do you feel like you need to do something in an attempt to get rid of the thoughts, the images, or the urges that you have? Like it's an emergency. I don't know about you, but I really like being obsessed with cute shoes and a cute bag to match my outfit and Ohio State. I might even be obsessed with making sure that the closets are organized and the drawers look nice in the kitchen and, you know, things like that. But you can't be kind of OCD. You can't have a little bit of OCD. You either have obsessive compulsive disorder, and it takes a lot of time and energy, and it kind of gets in the way of living a good life, or you just don't. If you don't have obsessive compulsive disorder, lucky you. I'm quite certain that you have other things in your life that bother you, because nobody's life is perfect, and nobody's life is without suffering and pain. But if the things I described about OCD do hit home, and they are familiar to you, and you are suffering, in this video I wanted to point out that there is hope and there is treatment. Exposure and response prevention therapy is the #1 gold standard treatment for obsessive compulsive disorder. I personally did exposure and response prevention therapy, also known as ERP, and I live symptom-free. Well, most of the time. But we'll talk more about my experience and how I've experienced OCD and a couple of the themes that I'm familiar with the rest of this week. I just really wanted to lay a good foundation for you so that you understood what OCD was and how it plays out in somebody's life and that there's treatment. So I'm starting to lose daylight, but if you've resonated with anything that I've mentioned, feel free to shoot me a message. I'm not a specialist, but I can direct you to resources that might help. Over the next couple days and for the remainder of OCD Awareness Week, I'm going to talk about the themes that I've struggled with and how I've overcome them. So stay tuned.